Number 38 in the Radiance range is Goodbye and Amen by Damiano Damiani. This is his fourth film in the Radiance range, and this one is very different from his three previous films that he had, which were all great as well. This one revolves around Tony Musante's Danahy, a character who is running a joint Italian CIA operation to take out an African dictator. And as the movie starts, you get his kind of team, the idea of what's going on, and then we get a side story of Harry, one of the members of his team who seems to have had a spat with his wife. He kind of flees, going back at night to get a rifle, and then starts taking up a perch in a hotel shooting people. And this kind of throws Dennehy's whole mission out the window. You know, he's got this rogue operative who's something's happened, he's snapped and just starting to pick people off. It turns into a hostage crisis held inside a hotel room, and it's pretty wonderful, full of tense, suspenseful moments and very many exciting sequences. This was one that I really loved, and I kind of loved it because I think Musante is great as Dennehy, and then you get John Steiner as Harry, the man with a weapon holed up in the hotel room. And if that wasn't enough, you get Claudia Cardinelli as Aliki, one of the hostages within this hotel room. And it's a kind of weird game because the movie sets up as if it's going to be this broad espionage kind of movie, and then moves into something more familiar, but still manages to reinvent that as it goes along. It doesn't stick to all the tropes of these kind of movies, and it still offers many surprises and twists throughout it, which I really enjoyed.
Adesso mettiti in ginocchio.
But it was the main characters of Musante, of Steiner, of Cardinelli, who I thought all worked terrifically well together. And to have this kind of taut thriller where they kept adding exciting set piece after exciting set piece, there is a wonderful idea just within it, the idea of the cornflakes, which I won't really elaborate on because I thought that was a pretty terrific tact to use in this one as well. But Goodbye and Amen is one of those strange thrillers where you become engrossed in all the personal aspects of the people involved, whether it be Dennehy's operation going to pot. His bosses are ready to pull the plug, ready to replace him. He has the tenacity to continue to plough forward. His men have been told to sit and wait for the replacement. He's taking none of it, so he's pushing that forward.
Io so di potercela fare. Ma dovete aiutarmi.
You get the wife of Harry, who is completely beside herself. She's got one of the most obnoxious sons who is completely I don't even know how to put this. What he says to his mum at the start and throughout the film is just abhorrent and should never be getting away with it, and it's kind of funny to hear it coming from the kid as well. Aliki, Cardinelli's character, is great as well because we kind of get her in there as a married woman who's been having an affair with this guy that's in the hotel room. She's kind of caught up in a situation she doesn't want to be in. She's rather smart, often getting the upper hand on Steiner, his character Harry, a few times throughout the film, leading him a merry chase, so to speak. She's a character that I really kind of liked in this one, probably the character that I came off enjoying the most, who gets unceremoniously kind of ejected from the movie in the last 20 minutes, but up until then she's integral to what's going on. She's a facilitator that keeps everything ticking along. She's the one that I was most attuned to. I could understand her predicament and her almost rationale and what do I need to do to get out of this situation? How can I play this? And her constant attempts to try and escape were wonderful. You could feel a real kind of tenacity in that character. It was one that just I loved spending time with and loved watching what was going on.
No.
The wrap up to this and the twists that come out of it were wonderfully unexpected. and just added a great deal of enjoyment to it for me, because at certain moments I thought I knew it was going to happen. Sometimes I was right, sometimes I was wrong, but it was always entertaining. You get a rousing finale at the end of this one. Damiano Damiani really knows how to set up his situations, to create that atmosphere, to build the suspense and the tension, and knows when to drip feed in these revelations that almost repurpose everything that's going on screen, and I think that's just wonderful. But again, 3 terrific main characters, wonderful situations, surprises, action, entertainment, twists and turns. It's got everything. If you enjoyed the 3 previous Damiani films, you're going to love this one, because I did. There we go. Let's dive into the disc and have a look at the extras. Here we are in the disc for Goodbye and Amen. Let's go to the special features. First up, we have an audio commentary by Nathaniel Thompson and Howard S. Berger. Next, we have Antonio Siciliano. In this new interview, the editor describes his start in the film industry, working with Damiano Damiani and Goodbye and Amen. Filmed in February 2023, and it runs for 39 minutes. Oh, it's 38:49, just under. Talks about growing up, always being around film and film stock, and just growing into that world and getting his start. Talks a little bit about working with Damiani, how he kind of made mistakes and grew from them. It's a lengthy discussion, and he touches on quite a few different aspects of his job and people he worked with. Very interesting. Next up, Wolfgango Soldati. In this archival interview, actor Wolfgango Soldati relates his experiences making Goodbye and Amen, filmed in June 2013, and this runs for 23 minutes and 49 seconds, starting with how he got to his audition, working with various different actors, working with Damiani and how he found him to be like a kind of violent man director, and actually comparing him a little bit with Enzio G. Castigliani. Again, another kind of fascinating talking head. In addition to that, there is a 20-page booklet which has one essay in it which talks about the influence of American cinema on Goodbye and Amen, and how the film focuses on tension rather than violence and bloody sequences, which were the kind of norm at the time. And that's the extras for Goodbye and Amen. Goodbye and Amen is another one you want to pick up. I loved it. It comes with 2 cuts of the movie, the English dub and the extended Italian version. Of course, I went for the Italian version. I enjoyed that. I may give the English dub a turn next time around just to see what that has to offer. But yeah, I would love to know your thoughts on this film if you've seen it. Let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, fell somewhere in the middle. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.